I've done a couple of videos on it before, but it's a really nice one. You can certainly get a nice autumn look out of it, although it is big. But look at the packaging, quite cute. So I have done most of my skincare, but I do need to put on a couple of serums, and I might actually just do a cleansing wipe as well. I have had my full-on cleanser, but do let me know when you're on. I'm just going to check the settings for the comments. Okay, all messages, perfect. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I will go into it. If you've seen it before or if you have it yourself, you'll know that it's quite a big palette. But I was requested to do another kind of more autumn look, but we will be doing that. So we'll be doing that today. Kind of a busy week. I've got a mental health video coming up on Sunday, and those will be alive. So, but I do have a requested updated mental health video. So this is what we're going with. I mean, it's a really, really big eyeshadow palette, guys. I will say where the light is, as you know, I'm waiting for my TikTok light. It's from Newer. That's one of the really good brands, guys, is Newer. And that's arriving on the 10th. So I'm using this light at the moment, but the other one will be really, really good. It's Newer, quite a good brand. So I'll just quickly, so Ucanbe are like, they're not a very expensive brand. Just gonna pop it here. So again, I'm gonna actually be really careful when I this is what it looks like. So I'm just gonna show you really carefully, because as you can see, the blue, some of it fell out the other day. So that's what so we're gonna be doing like the medium orange tones, the yellows, and we're gonna kind of do like a nice autumn look with that. So I'm just gonna pop that somewhere over here for now. And we're going to go in just with a facial cleansing wipe. I have done a full-on cleanse earlier, but I just feel like I need to kind of, just before we do anything, these are just the Superdrug biodegradable cleansing wipes, and I do use them on my overnights. Let me know, guys, if you want me to go live more than 3 times a week. So currently it's Sunday, Mondays and Wednesdays, but if you would like... Hi Hannah, how are you? Welcome to the live. I'm just saying, wondering if I should go live a little bit more than 3 times a week. I have a new video out today. It was the requested 10-minute makeup. But as you can see, I didn't get quite to 10 minutes. I think I got 28 seconds over or something. It was really frustrating. But then again, if you know me, I talk a lot. So it's probably that was what it was. Hi, Rumpelstiltskin. How are you? Good to see you. I'm glad you're good, Hannah. Let me know, you guys. Obviously, Rumpelstiltskin, you're kind of a regular visitor, which is great, Hannah. Ebony, I think you were here before. Thank you, Ebony. It's usually really kind of fuzzy and curly, but today I was able to straighten it. So yes, the eyeshadow palette, guys, is a huge eyeshadow palette I've got, but there was a really nice orange and yellow in it. But there will be a mental health video going up on Sunday. Thank you, Ebony. Thank you, Hannah. So look at this, guys. So this is what the actual front looks like. And then super pretty. I think Indian makeup is amazing, guys. Not that I'm an expert, but I think Indian and this is the actual palette itself, guys. It reminds me like of Indian bridal or just Indian special occasions. I think their makeup is amazing. So this is what it looks like. So I've just cleansed my face. And we're going to pop this to the side for a moment. Oh, thank you, Ebony. Andrew, hello, love. You are so lovely looking. Are you single? So it's big, Hannah, I know, but really good value. I got it on Amazon. I've done a couple of videos on it. I'll link them below afterwards. But Rumpelstiltskin, how has your week been so far? We're on Wednesday already, guys. It feels like, I don't know, usually I say it feels like, Thursday already, but this week seems to have gone slowly for me. Hi, Tessos, how are you? You're on, amazing. I'm glad you're all here. This is amazing. So if you don't know, if you're new here, guys, my name is Kira. Outside of YouTube, I'm a support worker for people with autism and Down syndrome. So I help them. And then here I'm doing makeup tutorials. I am a qualified freelance makeup artist, but I don't do that anymore. So what I like to do is kind of come online, do the lives. I've only been doing them since February, guys. I was requested. I've got a new video, a recorded video up today too, of the 10-minute makeup, which I think is hilarious because I got there 28 28 seconds, just above 20 seconds over. So you'll see, guys. But thank you for joining. We're going to do our makeup tutorial today. And I always love chatting with you guys. That's what I always say. That's the reason I come on lives, is to just kind of, as well as the makeup guys, you know, chat with you. So thank you all for joining. Those of you who have, Tassos is saying Rumpelstiltskin. Tassos is here. I know. Wow. Tassos, don't you dare take your channel down. It's something I've been thinking about, Tassos. I'm not gonna lie. Only because like it's not the biggest channel, and I'm wondering what I'm doing, you know, wrong. Not wrong, but like, is it the algorithm? It just isn't really going anywhere, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna give it till Christmas, but it's something on my mind. Something on my mind. Fendi, always be healthy for you, a beautiful, strong, and independent woman. Don't forget to take care of your health. Always be successful for you. Yeah, absolutely. I totally, it's really hard, I think, sometimes when you've got a full, I work full time, you know, so, you know, I've just moved recently, a lot of things going on, so it is hard, but you're right. You should always take care of your mental health. Tassos is saying, what's up, Rumpel? Hannah, your eyes. Oh, thank you. And Anton, how to make a stem. Okay. Right. So we are going to start with a primer, and I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I'm doing really good with that. Tassos, did you get your results? No, but I strangely got a letter in the post to get electrodes kind of stuck to my head, so I have to go into the hospital. They're going to do them all here, and then they're going to stick them here, and then I have to keep it on for 5 days, and there's a camera here, and they're going to see, I think what it is they're going to kind of see what's happening, you know, throughout the days and nights and things like that. So that's going to be, they haven't come back with any results, but they've suddenly sent out a letter to say you need to get, like, I will get the actual name, but basically they stick these electrodes, there's a camera here, and then everything gets sent back to the hospital. So I don't know how they're doing that. So yeah. So I'm going to ask them, do I need to take time off work, or is it that you just want to, so yeah. But funnily enough, that came out before any results. So Rumpelstiltskin Tassos doing great. How have you been? Busy and worked, yes. So we're going to use the e.l.f. Putty Primer. This is it. I'm doing really good with it, so we're just going to pop that around. I have cleansed the skin. Putty Primer, I think in the autumn, guys, it's thicker, so it's going to keep your makeup on longer. I just find that, personally for me, in the autumn. These 2 bits of hair drive me mad, guys, because anytime I try to put them up, they just always fall down. There were so many times tonight I was putting them up, and I don't really want to clip them. So there we go. And you can see it gives you a nice shine. But let me know, guys, what makeup you use. If there's anything that you find is good. I'm going to have to kind of improvise with the brows. If you saw on my video today, I have been using that e.l.f. Halo, and it's like their fine pencil. But it's like an ink pencil. It wasn't doing very good. Ebony, it's late and dark. Where are you from, Ebony? I'm in the UK at the minute, but I'm from Ireland. It's about 8 o'clock, I think, about 8:05 here. Okay, so that primer is from e.l.f. It's not new at all. It's the Poreless Putty Primer. So I'm doing really good. Look how much is off that there. So we're going to leave that there. And then I'm going to go in with something that, you're in the UK as well. So am I. Yeah. So it is dark at the minute, isn't it? Yeah. The last 2 nights we've had like full moons, which is weird. But yeah, 2 nights in a row. So this is it. This is the NYX Professional Makeup. I've been doing really well with this. And this is just a skin tint, guys. So if you know me, you know that I do actually have quite red skin. So when it's a little bit better, I try to just stick to a skin tint. And this is the NYX Buttermilk Glaze Skin Tint Skin Glow, but it's an SPF 30. So that's really good. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I thought that. Yeah, full moon. I don't know what people say. But 2 full moons in a row. So this is it here, and mine is in Vanilla Bean Butter, but it does look a little bit darker, so I don't mind that. I was a bit worried when I got it first, guys, because when you think of vanilla, you think really, really pale, but actually it's absolutely fine. They come in 10 shades, so you can try and find your shade. Let Let me know if you've used it, guys. I think it's gone down in price. I really do. I think it used to be like 50, which is, I didn't get it for 15. I had super drug points. That's how I got it. And with the super drug points, I think it was maybe 9, 10. And even then, I think it actually might have been, I got it for 10, but I think at the time it was 50. Now I think it's probably gone down to probably 8 or 9 because it came out in the summer, I think. Um, uh, um, so, sorry, I'll catch up. Tessa, so you've lost the passion or motivation. I think mental health wise, sometimes the motivation just for things going on. Tessa, I don't know if you looked back at any of my mental health videos last year or even the beginning of the year. A lot of things happened in my family. That kind of sometimes goes up and down. But also, like you say, the passion I think would be there if there was kind of a feedback, and that's why I love lives. But I don't know if it's the algorithm, but any videos, even that I was requested to do that video, and the 3 last videos have actually been requested by subscribers. But what I'm finding is the numbers aren't just, they're not there. So I don't know if it's something I'm doing, and that's what the motivation then lacks. There's no engagement. But I love lives. I love chatting to you guys. So it's not that side of anything. But I do feel like when I look at the subscribers and if I look at how long I've been on YouTube, I'm kind of just wondering, guys. Now, I love it, guys. Don't get me wrong. I love speaking to you guys. I love doing these things. But you sometimes get to a point where, is anybody kind of interested? And there's no offense to anybody. If people don't want to watch, that's absolutely fine. But then is this something I'm meant to do? Or, I am doing all the requests. So I do get requests for videos. So that video today was requested. The contour and highlight video was requested. That was put up. So anything that's requested, I put up, and any reviews I get, or if I'm sent products, I'll request them. But I'm just thinking, guys, I don't know, let me know your thoughts. It's always been a passion of mine. Obviously, I am a freelance. I don't do it anymore for a long time, but I'm qualified in makeup. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to give it till Christmas, see what happens. But I love coming on and just going live and chatting to all of you. Tassos, I love talking to you, and Rumpelstiltskin. I know Kaya's probably a bit late for Kaya. Ebony, it's great to see you and everybody else that's joined tonight. Hannah. So yes, I'll just catch up. So that was just one pump, guys. But I suffer from redness here. I know you can't see it, but I do suffer a little bit from redness, so I'll probably go in with concealer. But if you have really good skin, all you need is a skin tint, guys. Honestly, I'm just going to catch up and get Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, Ebony, the skin tint will look fab on you. Thank you. I think there's 10 shades, so look out for your shade. This is vanilla bean butter, and there's an SPF 30, which is amazing. Rumpelstiltskin, low engagement, absolutely. Hannah, I love this. Ebony, I'll be back in a minute. Hannah, did you straighten your hair? Ebony, I'm back. I did. Yeah, I straightened it 2 days ago. Because it was just getting a bit. I have between curly and straight hair. My mum has blonde curls. She's blue-eyed blonde curls. My dad had curly hair, and then I have I have this. No, I actually worked to get this. My there's no curl. It's like in between wavy and straight, and it looks crazy. Honestly, it looks crazy. If I had one or the other, I either actually curl my hair or I straighten it, one or the other. Because if I left it without blow drying it, oh my god, it's it's crazy. So yeah, that's why I either straighten or curl it. So yeah, I did straighten, Hannah. Yeah, you're back, Ebony. Great. But I love curly hair. Like, my mum has lovely blonde curly hair, but not me. So yeah. So that's it, guys. That's just one pump. I'm going to go in with a concealer now. I think I've run out completely, and I did that on the live today of the e.l.f. I'm hoping, guys, I have it. I know I have it somewhere. Let me just show you something else as well that we're going to be using. This is the Radiance Glow, and I did get this I think in a lighter. I should have got the next one. This is a primer highlighter and glow booster. This is the Rimmel Better Than Filters. It's the multitasker. It's in fair. I probably should have got the next one up, but we're going to pop that on before any concealer because it's really nice. Just gives a nice finish. I don't think it's that expensive now. Rimmel are actually a really good brand. So let's just catch up. Anything remarkable that's happened? No, not really. Very working. Work has just been crazy, Tassos. Like overworked, I feel a little bit. But I know I shouldn't complain. I know a lot of people are in different situations, but yeah, I feel a bit overworked. Work is just taking over. Um, I've got a friend going through kind of a lot of stuff. So with her mom kind of quite sick, and then in the middle of it all, I'm just kind of covering. We've got somebody who's trained in now, so I'm not going to be covering as much. But and then the health, so it's all just been going around. Um, Hell's God, much love from India. Thank you, Ebony. Whoa, Ebony, close to Christmas. I'm excited. Tassos, same. Yes, you're working a lot, Tassos, aren't you? I know that. Ebony, geez, I'm in school's really hard. What year in school are you in, Ebony? We do have a girl, Kaya, that comes on, and she comes on now and then when she can, but she's in school and she does a lot of study. So what I'm going to do is show you guys. So if you've got really good skin, you could just use this by itself. You know, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok and YouTube with really good skin, and they just use this as a foundation over a primer. I can't do that, but I am gonna use it like as a glow booster type thing. So we're just gonna take this out of the way. Tassos, how's things going with your boss and you? Okay, I'm just going to pop it. So I'm not using it as a primer, guys. As you can see, it does say you can use it as a glow booster or a highlighter. So you can see what I mean. I do think I got too fair. It is actually called fair, but I probably should have got medium. But it's nice when it's blended in. So, and again, Rimmel, guys, is a really good brand if you want to save money. So let's just put this hair here. So you can see, guys, it just gives a glow, a nice glow to the skin. So Ebony, you're in. What year are you in school? I know exams are coming up before Christmas, aren't they? Um. Okay, so we might not need concealer tonight, guys. Actually, although I say that. Just one second. Do I have it here? Yes, I do. Just a second, guys. I always forget one thing, but actually, because it's nearly gone, we might just use the Rimmel again. And this is the multi-use concealer and color corrector, and mine is in porcelain, so we might use that. I'm just always going to refresh the comments, because if you're a long-time viewer, you'll know that sometimes I get issues with the comments. So we're just going to go to chat filter. Yeah, I can see there was comments that I missed. Okay, so yeah, there was lots of comments. I'm glad I did that, guys. Refreshed it, because Ebony, you're in year 5. Wow, okay. Rumpelstiltskin, I was completely burnt out for the last 5 years of my 20-year official work duration. Wow. Are you on a break now, Rumpelstiltskin, did you say? I thought, yes, you did. Even after a 2-year break, I dread to go back. I would love to go on a break, guys. I would just go to a hot country where I could swim a lot, eat fruit. I know that sounds random. Have margaritas at night and sleep, if that makes any sense. Ebony, you already look fab, but chat, no one needs makeup. Everyone's beautiful. I absolutely believe nobody needs makeup. You don't. Makeup is something to be creative about, maybe boost your confidence, but you don't need it. Absolutely. I completely agree with you, Ebony. I'm in year 5. I'm learning about Egyptians. Tassos, it's getting a bit hard. That's all I'm going to say. Kira, please don't tell me that you got some bad news from hospital and that's the reason you seem a bit melancholic. Well, I think when they want to kind of stick electrodes to your head and a camera and then send you home for 5 days and all that information goes back to the hospital, what I think has happened, and I was talking to my friend Sophie about it, I think maybe they've seen a result in the MRI and they've sent this out almost straight away rather than tell me the result and not panic me. So I'm sort of a little bit panicked. I won't lie. I am a bit panicked because it stops everything. It stops driving. It stops my life, literally. It stops socializing. It stops, you know the symptoms I was having. So I might be wrong, but I feel like they've sent out this letter, not told me the results of the MRI, and then told me they've given me a date to come in and get all those kind of electrodes stuck in a recording device. So I'm not sure. It's not helping my mental health at the minute. It's definitely not making me. Yes, I know what you meant, Ebony. You're learning about the Egyptians. Are you interested in that? Tassos, how old are you? Ebony, when do you go back to work? I'm in work usually 4 or 5 times a week, and then I have kind of days off. I'm a support worker for young people with Down syndrome and autism. Lefty Elliott's official music channel said hi, hello. Um, Lefty Elliott's official music channel, you look stunning. Thank you. I don't think so, but thank you. Rumpelstiltskin at Tassos 40. I've been working for longer. Actually, I separated from my parents at 16-ish. I was in an engineering at the time that I quit. Ebonine, K, that's nice. Tassos, oh, I see. Okay, so you're just chatting. Okay, cool. That's always good. So this is quite bright. You'll see that, guys, in a minute. I got the brightest one, and I don't use a lot. You'll see a little goes a long way. So what we're going to, and I think even down to the packaging, guys, they've copied Tarte Shape Tape, which is one of their most popular concealers. Even down to the packaging, if you're familiar with Tarte. So what we're going to do, and I am completely come to the end of the elf, so this is why I'm up with this. I'm kind of on a no buy. No buy is, if anyone's watching and doesn't know what it means, is you used to buy a lot of one product, which for me would have been makeup, and you kind of set yourself a goal of using what you have. So you're on a no buy, or a low buy, which means that you only repurchase things rather than buying new things. So I've used up the elf Halo Hydro Concealer. And this is now the Rimmel. I've had this already, but so this is the Rimmel, the multitasker in porcelain. So it's a color corrector too, guys. So say you've got a lot of blue lines sometimes under the eyes, it will color correct too. So what I'm going to do is I always just warm it up, particularly under the eyes, just under the skin like this. But yeah, and then my sleep isn't great, so I had an overnight last night, and one of the younger guys has early onset dementia. He's got Down syndrome, but he didn't know where he was. He was coming into my sleep room thinking he was in the bathroom and brushing his teeth. And he was, it was really, I've known the guy for 4 years. And when I started, he was full of talk, and he was doing his crosswords, and he was talking about, everything that was going on in the world. And now it was like, he was going into my room thinking he was in the bathroom. And yeah, it was just a bit sad, really. So, it's hard. People say don't take work home, and that's so true, but sometimes it's hard when you work face to face with people in that environment not to take it home. So let's just have a look. I know I look quite odd, guys. Let's just catch up. Tassos, I see that's Rumpel. I'm saving up to buy my parents a Christmas gift, and my house is full of decorations. I love Christmas, Ebony. That's my favorite time. Here in Oxford, there's I don't go into Oxford that often, but they've already got all the Christmas decorations up, which is crazy. But yeah, I love Christmas. I think it just I always feel like in the future, I just want to see myself, under the tree with kids and everything, and hot chocolate and Home Alone is on the TV, and I don't know. It's snowing. It's always good when it's snowing and you don't have to go anywhere. I think when you have to go somewhere and it's snowing, that's when it's a pain. For me, anyway. Okay. So as you can see, guys, I put the tiniest amount on it. Can you see what I mean? You get a lot of value for money, and be super careful because you can see what we got there. We did get a lot of coverage. So and we are going to calm that down with obviously a powder and things like that. Okay, let me catch up. Sorry guys, I'm just catching up. Samuel liked and subscribed from London. Thank you, Samuel. Tassos, for the last couple of weeks until now, I've been working 3 to midnight. Oh wow, I feel your pain, honestly. Rumpelstiltskin, it sounds like a real challenging job, Kira. I could never do that. Big ups, thank you. Ebony, I've watched 6 Christmas movies this month. I watched Home Alone today. I watched Home Alone a couple of weeks ago, and actually I didn't have to watch it. It was just on one of the channels, which was quite unusual to be on already. But yeah, I watched Home Alone. I love that one. It was the Lost in New York one. And I've got Elf, and I've got a couple of Love Actually. I love Love Actually. That's another one I love. Okay. Hi, Lofi. We met after a long time. We have. How have you been? You haven't been here for a while. I hope you're well. Rumpelstiltskin at Tassos, 9.5-hour shifts. I do 7:30 in the morning to 7:30 the next morning, and that really is, Ebony, I loved it too. Yes, Rumpelstiltskin. Hi. I know, Lofi, you haven't been here in so long. I hope you're okay. How have you been? Yes, Ebony. So I am certainly with you on the Christmas things. There's a Christmas channel, isn't there? You can actually have all year round. So that's something that you have, that we have here. Just a Christmas channel. Okay, so I've kind of blended it in, guys, and I know it looks really pale in certain areas and darker in others. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in with the Revlon Super Matte, Revlon Revolution Super Matte Fix. This is no flashback, and I use this just under the eyes. So I've got a little triangle puff somewhere. I love when I say these things, guys, and I have to go. I have to go and find it, but I found it. So okay, I still feel like there's a little bit of rest here. Okay, Lofi, hi Rumpel. Yes, and I miss her lives, which is one of my ways to unwind. Oh, who do you miss? Whose lives do you miss? Uh, Christmas radio. Oh, what Christmas? I didn't know there was a Christmas radio station. I'd love that. You listen to it before Christmas or before school every morning. That's amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just get that triangle puff. So that was the Revolution pink baking powder. And that's, you can get yellow and banana and banana light, but I'm going to use the pink under the eyes. And I really like the shape of this because it gets right under there. So let me just catch up. Sorry. Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, I liked that movie too, Love Actually. It's so nicely spaced, all ties up in the end. Oh, it is a gooey movie, isn't it? I love it. There's another one that I can't think of. The Snowman, I know is quite childlike, but I love The Snowman. That's just one of my the Walking in the Air, that one. Yeah, I love that one. Livy, you. Oh, Tassos, thank you. My live streams. Thank you. I love when you come on, Tassos, as well, and everybody. I love chatting to you all. Leave you. Can you speak Romanian? I can't. No. Ebony, there is. Lacey. Hi, Lacey. Ebony Paxson. Amanda put it on. Okay. JJ. Hi, JJ. Hi, Lacey. Lofi edits. I was busy due to college. I did. And now I feel happy that I found out you're live today, and also Rumpel. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad that you kind of enjoy, chatting, and that's what I love about the lives, is that I get to know you guys as well, which is always good. Ebony Frosty, it's the Snowman, isn't that what it's called? The Snowman. So this is what it looks like, guys, and I know a lot of people I've seen on TikTok and YouTube, and they put it all over the face, but what I'm going to do is use a separate setting powder. Can you see, guys, what it's done? It's kind of mattified, it's given it a bit of color, and it hasn't made it look so shiny and pale. So that's what I use it for. You can use it all over the face. I see a lot of people do that, but I like to, especially the shape of the sponge. But yeah, I think I miss, guys, the social side of life. I think I'm really missing that. I don't get to do that a lot. I do have, Sophie is one of my really good friends, and she's going through a lot at the minute. So we do see each other. We go to Blenheim Palace. There's a huge kind of land you can walk around and walk the dog. So we do that. But I do feel like, there's a lot that's, kind of life that I'm missing. All my friends, as I said, they all have like kids, and they're all in their I'm still friends with them, but obviously naturally, if you have friends that have children, they all kind of have their groups, which I totally get, and they go and do play dates and stuff. And then I do meet them and stuff, but it's not the same as, so me and Sophie are very similar in life. So we have a lot of things in common. So, okay, so this is the last setting powder, and then I'll just catch up with the comments. Okay, right. I'll show you the other one. This next setting powder has an SPF 20, guys. Okay, let me just catch up. Okay, let's have a look. Odin, hello. Hi, Odin. Ebony, I need to go. I'm sorry, I'll join your live tomorrow if there is one, and I'll need to charge my phone. That's absolutely fine. If you've got school tomorrow, I totally get it. Saful, you sound like you're from Yorkshire. No, I'm from Dublin in Ireland. I'm not from Yorkshire. If you go and Google a Yorkshire accent, you'll see it's completely different. Okay, yeah, I'm next live on Sunday, and there is a video on now at the moment, a longer form content video, but I'll be live on Sunday at 8 o'clock UK time. Yeah, so I'm not from Yorkshire at all. If you Google the Yorkshire accent, it's completely different. I'm from Dublin in Ireland. Yeah, I'll volunteer for a husband. Okay. Right, so this is the last little bit I'm going to do because I'm just using the rest in the T-zone just so it's not wasted. And then we're going to go in with a collections. So let me know, guys, how your life has been. Like, do you guys work so much that your social life kind of, how do you find your social life goes? Um, or do you have like a good social life, personal life balance? So this is the Collections Mattifying Powder enriched with vitamin E, and it's got an SPF 20. Um, so what we're going to do is put that on here. This is what it looks like. Sorry if you can hear the traffic outside, guys. SPF 20, it does actually have quite a strong smell of soap. So if you can kind of put up with that, it's good. So I'll just catch up. Bye, Ebony. Nathan, do your teeth. I do my teeth 3 or 4 times a day, and I go to the dentist every 6 months. If you're referring to the shape or anything like that, I do have a long-term illness. The medication does affect that, which I've talked about before. But that is the reason. I'm in no way unhygienic at all. Odin, yeah, my social life is at work and school and online. Yeah, my social life I seem is at work too, but you have to be so careful when you're at work if you're so, because then you tend to kind of fall into the trap of, and I've been guilty of it, guys, fall into the trap of treating them more as friends, and then maybe you'll talk too much about your own life and things like that, and then you kind of go, okay, these are work colleagues. So I've been in that situation as well, so okay, so if we go back to, but Odin, I totally understand that, and I'm sure other guys there, you guys who are watching too, you do have probably situations where you'd like more of a social life, you know. Okay, but like work or college or school or studying just kind of takes up your life basically. Okay, so I'm going to use the elf, and this is just the all over fluffy brush. It's multi-purpose. So Odin said his life is social work and school. Yeah, Lofi, nowadays I'm busy because I'm doing my bachelor, so I don't get time to watch and keep up with you. Most of the night goes in working and doing assignments. By the way, how are you? Everything, is it fine? Oh, that's okay. I remember when I was in college studying teaching, I had no social life, honestly, and it was I always had assignments to submit and everything, and they weren't what went for my final grade, so I still had an exam, but I still had assignments to submit. So no, I totally understand. Um, okay. So this is, guys, as you can see, it does look really pale, but when you pop it on, it's translucent, transparent even, sorry. So, but yes, Rumpelstiltskin and Tassos, thank you for coming on tonight. Anyone else who's on, um, thank you for joining. If you're new, you can take a look at the channel. As I said, we're going to see how the channel grows um, in the next couple of months. If it means I come on lives more, I'm doing all the requested tutorials. So I'm getting a lot of requests. So today's video that I put up was requested by Anna, so I did that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I want to make sure the channel grows organically. That's kind of really important to me. So that's that, guys. So that was the mattifying enriched with vitamin E SPF 20 collections. Let me just pop that back so we've got some room. I did bring my water up. I'm going to drink some water, and then I'll catch up with the comments. Okay. Okay, just catch up with the comments. Okay, what you could, because Lofi, you were doing engineering, weren't you? And then you're doing something else now. Odin and Lofi, she's mine. Okay. Tells us we can buy stuff and food, but it's not enough when you don't meet like-minded people. I so agree with that, and I haven't found that, I think, and I struggle with that. And because I'm such like a talker, I'm a talker in the right situation, Tassos, don't get me wrong. If I'm with, like, say I'm with people and they're not really, I don't want to say my kind of people, but they're not people that I would feel like I can chat to, I'd become quiet. But if there's somebody that, like, we're like-minded, like you say, I will chat and talk to them, and I'll feel kind of, that I'm getting something out of it. But it's hard. I think it's hard when you like you say, you want to eat healthy, you want to get all of that, you want to work, then you rest, and then you just don't have the time. And when you do want to do that, you want it with somebody like-minded. Absolutely, that's what life's about. You want to be able to come home or meet somebody or see your friends and be able to talk and link on a certain level, and that's kind of hard to find sometimes. Odin, oh wait, I read Lofi's comment wrong. Okay. Tassos, Odin, you read the whole situation wrong. Okay, I don't know what's happening, guys. Sorry if I missed something. Odin, lol, Tassos, Rumpelstiltskin, Odin did a boo boo. I must have, I must have missed something. Hi, Aiden, how are you? Our teachers follow only one rule: no mercy for students. I know, I think Kaya was talking about this. Maybe the first or second time she was on my live, is that she found, and I found when I was in school, that sometimes you get a teacher that only works one way and they're not really going to adapt to how every child learns differently. And then that the other people struggle if they don't go into one lane, and then it really makes them struggle, and they're left behind. And it doesn't mean that they're not as intelligent as the other person, it just means that they learn a different way. So yeah, it can be a struggle, can't it? Rumpelstiltskin, I'm a loner, but I do feel the urge to converse with nice people. Me too. I mean, I feel like there's a lot that I've spoken on mental health videos about this. So I do have, I think female to female friends and male to male friends are really important. But I also feel like you can have, when you find somebody maybe that you both have like a connection, as I've spoken about before, um, um, it can be really good. So I mean, it's nice just to even have this conversation with you guys and vice versa. I hope it's useful for you. Um, yeah, so that's it. What I'll do is catch up with the comments. But I totally get that, Rumpelstiltskin. Aiden, good. I'm sorry you've killed my father. He appeared to die. Okay. Tassos, but at the same time, I'm not forcing connection anymore. I eat lunch alone sometimes at work and it's fine. Yeah, because, I felt like I had to explain myself over and over. And if you're with somebody and you feel like you have to, oh, Aiden comes on and says those things. So I know I forgot to say that. He comes on and says random things. I don't know if it's like quotes from films or something, Odin. I don't know, but he does come on and say, um, uh, yeah. So he's said a few things before, and it sounds like lines from a film or something. So, but Tassos, getting back to that, I don't like to force connections because I did that in the past for so long. And what you do is you over-explain yourself just to get that little piece of a connection, and they still don't understand. And then you feel like, okay, what am I doing? Okay. Rumpelstiltskin. Oh, Kira, Lofi mentioned bachelors, and Odin thought bachelor like a single male, so he said she's mine. That's why we were laughing. Okay. Okay, because I did remember he said a bachelor's in engineering a while back that he didn't do, and he's doing something else. But yeah, that went over my head. Sorry about that. Aiden, my name is Nee. Okay, I'm not going to. Okay, yay, Aiden's back. I know he does give us some things to laugh about, doesn't he? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go in with the bronzer, which I bet I've popped in here. Have I? No, the bronzer is right in front of me. And then I'm going to take a drink. But guys, it's hard, isn't it, to find a real connection with somebody. It is. It's very, very hard. But again, like you say, don't force it as well, because then um, if you're feeling like you have to over explain yourself, it can get very, very draining. So yeah, it's hard. um Aiden, yeah, Aiden's back. Tassos, it's a little concerning that I still believe that the only connection I've ever had was with my mom and my brother. Yeah, but I had a really good connection with my grandmother, my mom's mom. It was like, whoa, like one of those unbelievable connections. Um, and yeah, I really appreciated experiencing that in my life. Obviously, she's not around anymore, but like when I say connection, I completely understand that. Like yeah, it was really, really good. But it's not concerning. It just means that now you know what to look for, maybe, and it's given you might miss that. Do you see them a lot now? Or can you see them a lot? Or your brother? Lofi, oh, I wrote wrong. I should have written that I'm doing graduation in engineering. That's okay. It could be me misunderstanding it too. Don't worry, Lofi, it could be me too. Aiden, do you know what movie? No, I don't, but it did sound like movie quotes, so that's why I said movie quotes. Um, okay, so this is it. You can see I'm doing really good. This is the Flawless Fusion from Kiko Milano. And when I say really good, I'm hitting pan. And what hitting pan means is that you're basically hitting the bottom of the product and you're really using it well. You're getting good use out of it. So what I'm going to do, Aiden the Process Bride. Okay. So this is the Real Techniques. I've never heard of that film, Aiden. So what I'm going to do is bring that just right back to the hairline, and then I'll catch up with the comments. I know this is so silly, guys. Look at me with my hair like this, but it just won't. I've tried so many times these, and without clips, it just looks really like I look like a little girl when I put clips up. It just looks too weird. So, okay. Okay, let me catch up with the comments just after this section. And I'm just making sure, guys, so this is the bronzer. We're not going to do a contour or anything. We're just, and it's all matte. I think in autumn you want things to look a little bit more matte. And now I'm going to just catch up with comments and have a drink of water. I can't see who's on, guys, just in case. I can see the likes, so thank you for that. Okay, right. The Process Bride. Okay, Aiden. Rumpelstiltskin at Tassos. I'm not even close with my siblings. It's kind of scary, but I've got no other option. Rumpelstiltskin. I'm not close with my dad or my brother. If you check out my mental health videos, I won't go into it, but yeah, I get that. I see a lot of my friends and family, not my family, sorry, I said my friends, and they're super close, and it's very odd and alien to me. But yeah, you sometimes have to just get to a point where it's just not going to happen. Tassos, I thought that leaving the nest would open a new world, but it still feels foreign to the extent I can't see my mother anymore, if you know what I mean, unfortunately. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about that. I know that can be really tough. I'm sorry about that. Rumpelstiltskin. He meant the Princess Bride movie. Yeah, I've seen the Princess Bride. I'm not either, Rumpel, but the connection would still be there if we reconnected. I feel like that with my dad too. It just got to a point where if you've looked at my mental health videos or you've been a long time subscriber, you'll kind of know what happened. But yeah, it got to a point where we just couldn't stay in each other's lives. Yeah, and it is very lonely, guys, because as you get older, you know, particularly with daughters, I'm sure with sons as well, but you do kind of miss that influence, that kind of father influence, you know. So, okay, so that's what we're doing there. I'm not going to go in and kind of blend that, but Tassos, do you have any of the siblings that you speak to, as well as your brother? We're going to go in now with a blush, and this is the NYX professional makeup blush in Buttermelt, and this is Better Than Before in Deep Raspberry. Now, when I say deep, it's deep. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take some water and ketchup. I'm sorry, guys, if I did something there. Aiden, tell us a movie that he said, I'm a little more toy, you killed my father. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Rumpelstiltskin, it's all skewed up for me. Siblings blame me for everything that went wrong. My parents too. I don't care anymore, to be honest. I'm not even angry. I'm just going with the flow. Yeah, it can be really tough, can't it, when everybody sees things from one side and nobody sees, you know, it from somebody else's, and then they just look like the black sheep of the family. I think at this point for me, I'm happy to be the black sheep of the family. You know, particularly when I know that I'm kind of speaking truth. But I get it, Rumpelstiltskin. It can be very tough because you still go with the flow in your own life, but it's hard because there's things then you don't speak about because it's all kind of pushed down. Aiden, what time is it? I haven't got my watch on, it's charging, and when I'm on live, I don't know, Aiden. I'm sure you can check it out where you are. Tassos, I still have a lot of older videos to check out. I still don't know what you mean by long-term illness. I only have a younger brother. We're a bit on the distance side currently. I have a younger brother too, and we don't speak. Yeah. Long-term illness, I think I've spoken about before, kind of seizure related. So I'm on medication for that. And that kind of is what, when people comment kind of on my teeth and things like that a lot. And I actually go to the dentist every 3 months, and I'm on a lot of things to prevent things like that. But it's the medication basically breaks down the enamel, so you have to be super careful. And I often, maybe every 3 or 4 lives, Tasso, so I'll get somebody come on and mention it. Um, and it's nothing I can really control, but I go to the dentist probably more than most people, only because I'm always being brought in for checkups and stuff. So yeah, I get that a lot. It's really strange. But it's because I've been on it since I was about 3, this medication. The doctors did say to my mum, this is going to happen over time, so just bring her to the kind of dentist more. And so, I mean, the last time I went to the dentist was July, and I'm due to go back, in the last week of October. So I mean, and I do a lot, but I often get tussles that kind of comments, which is quite frustrating. But I guess people just don't know. Um, Hayden, we are going through a rough. Okay. Tassos, your teeth are normal, dear. I get it all the time. It's really strange. Really strange. But I do explain it. I don't kind of get, um, you know, yeah, I do explain it. I try not to kind of, I try to get people to understand it more so than anything else. So it's more so the medication to treat the illness that actually is the detriment to the kind of teeth. But hygiene wise, everything else, I'm on top of that. um, Rumpelstiltskin, I'm the youngest of 3, but since childhood I've been burdened with responsibility. They act like, leave it. Are you the oldest, Rumpelstiltskin? I feel like I'm the oldest and I've got a younger brother, and I think particularly um, with my dad, he made his mistakes with me, and there was a lot. And then my brother came, and he's from day one. I think my brother has had everything he's ever needed, and that's not anything against my brother. I hope he always has a good life. I don't wish anything against him, but he has never wanted for anything. My dad sorted out where he lived before he bought, so we rented the exact same place. That wasn't for me. My dad sorted out his education. That wasn't for, I did everything myself. I worked to night school to teach. I'm not going to go all kind of, but I certainly got worked rather than, my brother certainly got, what every child should get. So let me just catch up, guys. Sorry. But yeah, for my teeth, that's what it is, guys. It's just medication. So it's the medication effect that has that effect on things like that. Okay. So Rumpelstiltskin, I do understand, the burden of responsibility. So, Lofi, yes, at Tassos. Tassos, honest question, what would happen if you've got a seizure when you're alone? That happens quite a bit sometimes. It's more with the head. So I have, things happen. I guess you have to, when you're by yourself, things do happen, and I guess because it becomes the norm, it's quite bad. But you do learn to kind of pick yourself up afterwards and just relax and try to, recuperate. Medication now is doing quite well. It's the other things now, like the leg I was saying. So yeah, so that side of it is more prominent right now. But I think because I've had it since I was 3, it's now becoming kind of just something almost that I've had since I can remember, really. But yeah, that's happened a lot, for me. Lofi, have you got your MRI report? No, I haven't, Lofi, but I've been sent a letter that they want to kind of stick the electrodes on my head and just here and here, and there's going to be a camera, and they're going to send me home for 5 days, and all of that information I think goes back to the hospital, and then I go back after 5 days. So, but that's been sent, which is the unusual part, but the actual MRI report hasn't come back. So I'm the Rumpelstiltskin. I'm the youngest, forced to be the eldest, even elder than parents. Wow. So there was a lot of responsibility put on you, Rumpelstiltskin. Gaurish, hi Gaurish. Tassos, at how Tassos, I know how Indian moms can be like the Greek moms, and how the eldest son is burdened with responsibility. Wow. Gaurish, you have strong eye contact. Okay. Thank you. Rumpelstiltskin. Tassos, that's the problem. I'm the youngest, yet when I was having problems, no one came to help, and now even after years, they expect me to help, even though I've not got much to give. Anyway, forget it. It just frustrates me. You know, you can always talk about these things, guys, because, you know, I understand the burden. I mean, I grew up with my mum because my dad left before I was born, and he got married again and had my brother and stayed with the mum for quite a while. So my brother, that's what I mean, got a lot, and then, you know, me and my emotions and helping my mum and supporting her emotionally, but that was put on me, which is quite a lot when you're a little girl. And then I had my grandmother, and that's why we were so close. So yeah, there's a huge amount of kind of responsibility put on you. And then if they're not getting along, like if your parents aren't getting along, you're hearing it from both ways, and that's all going on to you. So it's so frustrating because they don't realize as you get older, all of those things still stay. So it's going to have an effect on your mental health, but it's also going to have an effect on how you develop as an adult and your coping skills in life. Like that's the kind of thing that I feel like people don't forget. Like people do forget. We are kind of people that come from homes that haven't got the traditional, you know, treatment of your children, or broken homes. You do kind of get treated differently, and you develop differently. So let me just catch up. Lofi, what they're taking a lot of time. Okay. Rumpelstiltskin, let's get back to Aiden. So who killed the father? I think we'll have to look up. We'll have to look up that that movie, Who Killed the Father movie quote. Somebody can put that in while we're here. Okay. Yes, he does make us laugh, doesn't he? Right, let me get my blush brush. So this is what it looks like, guys. It smells amazing. It smells like vanilla cake. It is super strong. I used it today on my longer form content video. Yeah, I'll just swatch it for you guys there. Look at that. So I'm going to go really, really light with that. It's probably going to show up in the pictures as well, a lot more. So I'm going to just take the Real Techniques. These all have to be washed. Real Techniques is stuck. Okay. What is going on? Okay, guys, sorry. My life is a little bit hectic right now, and it seems to come out in videos, doesn't it? Something always goes crazily wrong. It's literally stuck and it won't come out. Okay. Okay. Right. So again, this is it. The Real Techniques blush brush. I'm just going to take a drink and then catch up on the comment section. But you sometimes you have to give yourself a talk to be stronger, but also sometimes you just want somebody to give you a hug and say you're not alone. So that's just honesty. Okay. Tassos, and to an extent you can turn that into strength and resilience. Absolutely. Lofi, I am the youngest in my family. I've got 2 big sisters. Oh wow. Aiden, Luke is your father. Oops, wrong line. Tassos, yes, but it saps your soul after a while. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I think I would have loved a sister actually, and that's not anything personal to my brother, but I don't know, I would have loved a sister. Okay, so I'm going to go really, really light with this, guys, because you've seen how strong it is. I'm going super, super light, and I'm going up the cheekbone, and then we're going to blend with a blender brush, which will then make it look a little bit more natural, as if natural as it can get. Okay, and all we're doing is a blender brush just kind of blends out the color to what you want it to be. So you can see even how little I put on, guys, and how much actually came on. So I've just calmed that down a bit because, you know, it's super, super strong. So if you see both. Okay. And I'm going to use the same brush. I'm not going to go back because you can see, guys, as I top that up, there's a lot of color there. I'm just making sure that it goes in the right direction so it doesn't touch the bronzer. So we're just one more time, we're just gonna, okay, and that's it, guys. So I wouldn't go any stronger than that. You could certainly go stronger. I mean, if you have a look at this, guys, it's really strong. So And you're going to get a lot of use out of this because the little goes a long way. So you're not going to run out anytime soon. And what I often find is that I don't really have to dip the brush back in because it's so strong. Um, so we're just going to go this side. But yeah, Christmas is coming up, which always reminds me of, little kiddies and family, Christmas trees, Christmas movies. Um, Obviously, everybody has Christmas dinner. Um, when my grandmother died, I know this sounds really odd to bring this up, but when my grandmother died, I know it's me and my mum couldn't really face Ireland as a traditional Christmas. So my mum got all these travel brochures and said, Kira, we don't want to be here for Christmas because it's her first year not being here. Let's just go somewhere. And she put all these travel brochures and she said the first one that drops is where we're going to go. So she dropped all the travel brochures and it went on to, so I picked, she said, pick one up. I picked one up and it was Gran Canaria. So we spent, I think it was 2006, I think. No, yeah. We booked a hotel. Christmas Day was on the beach. We just wanted to be somewhere else. And we were in Gran Canaria on Christmas Day for the first time, I think, ever in both of our lives. But we needed that space to just kind of say, okay, we need to kind of deal with life not being or not having my grandmother around. So it really helped us out, guys, because Christmas is a time for family and it is time for all of that. Very random kind of fact, but when we did that, it just, being in Gran Canaria, waking up to the sunshine, everything like that it was just something that we both needed. Um, okay, I'll just catch up with comments. Okay. Um, Hi, Delilah. Um, how are you? At Lofi, Rumpelstiltskin, I have an elder sister and an elder brother. Tassos, do you and your sisters wear this metallic wristband for protection? Lofi, oh, it's nice at Rumpel. So we're familiar with situations we deal with. Rumpelstiltskin, hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepared to die. Finally got it. It's from The Princess Bride. I saw that when I was really little. Lofi, do you have an official holiday for Christmas? And if how many days are the holidays there? So when I used to work in schools, yes, we do basically. So usually the schools finish on the 20th of December and they don't go back until maybe the 3rd or 4th of January. So that's how long they have off. And we do celebrate Christmas in Ireland. Tassos, it wasn't a racist question, Rumple. I just remember from my Indian colleague Bobby. Okay. At Tassos, metallic wristband. I think you mean K to Sikhs. It's one of the 5 essentials they should carry all the time as per Sikhism. Okay. Rumpelstiltskin at Tassos. I'm Hindu, but I've always visited Gurdwara. I wear a kata too. I hope I've pronounced that right, guys. Okay, so you can see as you build up the blush, guys, and I've only gone in once, you can see how much. So again, that's the NYX Buttermelt Blush, and this is in berries. And that's kind of what we got. So we're going to go onto that eyeshadow because I keep remembering how big that palette is. Brows. We're going to improvise with brows. I'm just going to take some water. Okay, so this is kind of the base makeup. So we're going to just do brows. Okay. I'm just don't mind me, guys. I am looking around my own desk for things that this is just me on the daily basis, guys. Honestly, I need someone just to organize my life. Honestly, okay. Right, we might, guys, I'm just going to use the very last of this, and this is what I meant. This isn't something that I'll buy again. This is the e.l.f. and it's called Holy Strokes Microfine Brow Pen. I wouldn't buy this again, guys. It's really hard to kind of just get the product out. Never mind, it says shake to activate, which I do, but I do find you have to work with it. So 2026 will probably find us without Glow with Kira. I hope not, and I don't want it to. I love coming onto YouTube, but I've kind of just looked, maybe I shouldn't look at kind of the popularity. Maybe I should just continue doing what I'm doing. But sometimes you do these videos and you kind of feel like, who am I talking to? And if that sounds weird, I don't know. But no, I definitely don't want to. I love it. I've been here for a long time. If you look back at my videos, I've been here for a very long time. And sometimes when I look back, even my voice, everything, I just, yeah, it's crazy. But I really don't want to. But I'm just wondering, guys, from a numbers or subscribers kind of point of view, what I should do, you know. But no, I definitely don't want to go in that sense. Absolutely not. Um, but you know, when you look at the subscriber count and things like that, and you're a kind of, I wouldn't call myself a huge content creator, but even the kind of so I'm just gonna, this is medium brown. I just I don't seem to have that, guys, and maybe I'm letting it affect me too much. Maybe I shouldn't let it affect me, and I should just kind of go with the flow and keep on doing this. I have found myself a really nice community here on the actual lives, which I really appreciate, you guys, because we all seem to really think the same way, and you know, the regulars, and you know, we do tend to talk about real things. Even though I'm doing makeup, we all do kind of get things out of our system, which I all think we can relate to not being able to do in real life, which I think is huge. So yeah, I'm hoping not to, but I was kind of just looking at the subscriber side of things, and that, my hair is just, I'm sorry, that kind of side of things, and seeing that it's not hugely popular, but maybe I shouldn't be putting my mind there. Maybe I should be just concentrating on this. So no, it's not going anywhere anytime soon, but I was even hoping to get to that, you know, that minimum of 1,000. Yeah. So and that kind of hasn't even been reached for new subscribers. So yeah, it's just something maybe I shouldn't be kind of focusing on that so much. But I do really enjoy when you guys come on and chat, and I really do like the conversations we have. And um, okay, so all I'm doing, guys, is that on my thing? Yes. Sorry, guys. It's okay. So as you can see, guys, it takes a long time to build up. I'm not going to spend too much time, but you can see what I mean. Even if I was to kind of just test that out with you, it's very light. So you do have to work with it. So we're not going to worry too much about that. I'll just catch up with the comments. Okay, let me just catch up with comments. I'm gonna take a drink. I really appreciate you guys there that come on, and I think I've built up, you know, a lot of really good kind of people that I can chat to, and I hope you guys feel like you can chat to me. Okay, let me just catch up with the comments. Okay. Opie edits at Rumpel. Yeah, Kata also acts as a secret tool to protect you from unwanted and dangerous situations. Rumpelstiltskin, yes. Lofi, it works as a punching knuckle too. Lofi, yeah, you have done a long journey, Kira, but I think you shouldn't stop posting or doing lives. If you stop doing lives, to whom would we share our talks? I know. I'm not. I mean, you know, I think for me, the mental health side of things has gone down outside of YouTube, so nothing to do with that. And I think then that just makes you think of other things. I think maybe I am focusing too much on subscribers and not on maybe just doing things for myself. So I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, but I always like to be honest with you guys and just tell you how I'm feeling and what I'm thinking about. Um, but yes, I really don't want to stop, but maybe I'm focusing more on, I shouldn't be thinking about subscriber count. Maybe I should just be continuing what I'm doing. So yeah, that's a very good point. Tassos Bobby demonstrated the punching knuckle to me, not literally. Rumpelstiltskin, I think Kata is dripping down version of wrist shield from old times of sword fights. Don't quote me on that though. At Tassos. Okay, so we're going to go in, guys, with this eyeshadow palette. But yes, I think what I want to do is I still want to be on here and maybe just be relevant to what's going on. You know, I want to remain relevant. I want to be myself, definitely. But I want to be kind of somebody that can, people come on the live and, you know, they can say, okay, I spoke with Kira today. I looked at one of her videos and actually it was really useful. And that's kind of what I want to feel, you know, but yeah. Okay, so this is the it's a kind of Indian kind of I've had it for a long time. Kind of the theme is Indian, and I love how the Indian women um or any kind of orientation of this color, they really do focus on their eyes, and I think it's so pretty. So we're going to go just with a yellow and orange, not too kind of crazy. But I just wanted to kind of show you this palette. This is from Ucanbe. I think the packaging is beautiful. So we're going to go in with a yellow. That's why I kind of mellowed out the kind of base makeup, because this is going to be quite strong. So, but even like, I love how, you know, the Pakistani Indians, the women dress. I just love it. I love their kind of, they're just very feminine. I like the feminine kind of side of their life. So I'll just show you one more time. So that's the, and it says exotic flavors right here. Okay, so I'm just going to make some room because this is a big palette, guys. So just going to pop some things over here. Got my pigment based primer. Okay, but you know, guys, this is something that is really kind of made me relaxed when I come on and you guys are on. I'll never forget the first live I did, and it was so funny. I didn't realize I'd set it to private, and I think I talked to myself for an hour and a half and realized afterwards, because people were like, where were you? You said you were going live, and I set the whole thing to private. So yeah, I've learned a lot since then, guys. I've learned a lot. Okay, let me catch up. Rumpelstiltskin bridal getup. Well, maybe it does. See, I don't know what Indian brides look like. I just love the colors, but it does remind me of that. Maybe. Pretty cool. Tassels. I love talking to Kira as a break from talking to Kieran, my chef. Yes, Kieran. Yeah, that's so weird, isn't it? That he's just the male version of my name. So I'm going to go for a very, very kind of medium light yellow here. Gosh, that yellow is coming off as orange. Here, yeah, yellow. There, it's not. So out of all this, it is the kind of darkest. But yeah, I think I need to start to kind of not be so chatty in work personally. I had a very, very good friend that left. In terms of, I'd say, get very good friends in work. And we'd gotten so used to talking that, and obviously she'd left and she's moved on, and I may have mentioned her a couple of times. But then because that's my personality, you know, with other colleagues, I'm quite the same. And sometimes you can just tell sometimes, okay, I should not have said that. So yeah, I've gotten myself into those situations before. So this is the one we're going in with here. So I'm just going to use my finger, guys, and go into the inner corners. Just going to look into the mirror here. So as you can see, guys, it looks super light, but when you put it on, it's actually really wearable during the day and in autumn. That's what it looks like. You can see how bright that looks, but as you see, when I put it on, it's actually quite mellow. Mellow yellow, as they say, and yellow's my favorite color, actually. Okay. This looks nothing like Indian makeup. I think Indian women are just really pretty and feminine. There was a girl, Ankita, that used to work for us, and she went back to her country, but she worked for us for like 6 months, and we got on really, really well. Okay, so as you can see, I've just focused on the inner corners. So, okay. I think they've got really good beliefs too, and spiritual beliefs. I've got some friends from Africa, and they're very religious. Um, but I think that the makeup they wear is just quite nice. So that's, you can see, guys, the little I put on and the effect it has. So I am going to go in with like a mellow orange as well. I say mellow because I want this to be a daytime look for people as well. You know, because when you see a palette like this, you don't necessarily think of daytime, do you? So I'll just catch up with the comments in a minute. Of course, I forgot to put the primer on, guys. But I will show you the primer in case you're looking for one that's really good and really good value. This is the Revolution Pigment Base. You can get it in concealer color, but you can get it in white as well. So I'll catch up. I've never been to India. I've been to kind of like Europe, as in Gran Canaria, Belgium, Spain, Portugal. But I've never been like in there. When I go somewhere, I like to know their culture. So, for example, when I went to Portugal, I went to the Algarve, but I went somewhere called El Merso de Pera. So it wasn't like the capital of partying or anything like that. It really was like how Portuguese people live. And it was really interesting, really interesting. I got to know some of the locals. It was really, really nice. So I'm going to stop talking and start to look at the comments, guys, because you know me, I could talk all day. And Rumpelstiltskin, they never call me exotic. All I keep hearing is, here comes trouble. I'm sure people think that, but don't say it to me. About me, Rumpelstiltskin at Tassos, what a coincidence. The world is conspiring against you, I'm sure. Tassos, at Rumpel, I find Indian people and Nepali very attractive. Rumpelstiltskin, I find myself attractive too. That's good. Tassos, not guys particularly. Okay. At Tassos, that's a strategic escape. Lofi at Rumpel. No strategic escape, just escape. Rumpelstiltskin, Portugal. I like Portugal too. So do I. I absolutely love it. I've got a video on where I went to the caves and I just recorded the whole thing. Yeah, it was amazing. I've got a video on that somewhere on my channel. So that's the yellow, guys. I would definitely go back. I went to not Ocean Drive. Gosh, oh, I've recorded it where I saw dolphins and I did the whole thing, so I've recorded that too. Yeah, so it was really good, but where I stayed, it was very kind of the locals, and kind of the food was amazing because it was very fresh, and the beaches in Ireland, a blue flag beach is blue flag. They call it blue flag because it's clean, and it's, you know, kept very well, and they have blue flag beaches over there. It was amazing, honestly amazing. Now you can go into kind of Lisbon, which is the kind of shopping kind of side of things, but I kind of stayed very local. The Algarve is basically where I was, the Algarve. Okay, so I'm going to go in now with this orange. So it's not the longest thing to do. It's just, you know, I think it's me chatting away, guys, and tell me on the comments if I'm talking too much. So this is the other one we're going to do. And again, I know it looks, we're going to pop that here. Now I'm going to bring it up, guys, and then I'm going to blend it. That's the trick. So I'm not going to focus. You're probably saying, why isn't she bringing that into the inner corner? Because when I blend this with a fluffy brush, it's going to go in by itself and look more natural. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so let's find the fluffy brush. Now I'll catch up with comments. So I basically blend that in with a fluffy brush so it's not as harsh. And you can see it starts to look as natural as orange and yellow can look on your eyes, but it starts to look a bit more, can you see, a bit more blended and smoky and smoked out, and that's what we want. So that's kind of the look. Now you could bring that orange down. You could bring that down if you wanted to, but I'm going to, for now, just do that because it's a day look. I mean, you could always go a bit stronger if you wanted to. I'm going to go again with this color here, and then I'll catch up with the comments. Just catch up with the comments. Rumpelstiltskin says, I look like Portugal too. Yes, it's amazing. Have you been, Rumpelstiltskin? Tassos, do you know anybody who moved to Portugal? No, I don't. If I did, I'd be visiting them. Lofi, have you been to Japan? No. I found a series I started to watch last night when the guys went to bed. I had about an hour to myself, and it's a reality TV show where teenagers are just kind of, it was in Japan, so they were all kind of sent notes, you have to find this location. So they found the location, and then older people were sent the same thing, you have to find this location. So they both found the same location. They're teammates, and then they're sent all these quests to do, and it's real, but it's really interesting because then they get to know each other. They're in a country they've never seen, immersed in a culture they've never been in, and I can't remember what it's called. It's very new. It's only started last night, but they've got quests to do. But in the during all that, they find out a lot about the Japanese culture. So it literally just started last night. So Japan. I like how we pronounce Portugal in Hindi. It's Portugal, and I think they probably call it Portugal as well. I think you're right, Rumpelstiltskin. Portuguese people probably call it Portugal too. It's probably how I'm pronouncing it. Rumpelstiltskin, England is Britannia. What's Ireland? What would you say for Ireland? Where I'm from, Tassos, in Greek, England is pronounced Anglia. What's Ireland pronounced like? Okay, so I'm going to blend that again, so it's going to be a bit more smoked out. Okay, so as you can see, I didn't go like super bright, but I just wanted to show a daytime kind of inspired look. I'm just going to blend this and take another drink. But guys, I would love to be on a beach. I know you're probably thinking who wouldn't be, but when you live in England or Ireland, guys, you don't get near the sea unless you live on the coast. You see rain probably 95% of the year. And so when I go to Portugal and places like that, so if you hear me talk about it all the time, it's because like my favorite place is water, being by the beach, anything like that. Um, and so for me, it would be, somewhere like Portugal where you just wake up and you can hear the sound of the sea, and you kind of walk down to the local kind of place, you get a coffee, you eat local food, all that kind of stuff. But I'll stop talking and catch up with the comments. Okay. Tassos, I apologize for recommending hotel room, Kira. Well, Kaya was on the other day and I didn't want to go too much into it. But for me, I'm not sure if I was right, but where it was going in 15 minutes in, I wasn't quite sure if I was even watching the right one. So I'm not sure. So if she watches back, I hope you enjoy, Kaya. But I wasn't quite sure where it was going. I hope I was watching. I may not have been watching the right one. But yeah, I kind of had to, it was like, okay, this is different. So yeah. So, but everybody has their own interests, Um, Tassos, Arlandia, the tone, the second eye. Rumpelstiltskin, the Persians started calling us Indus based on location of Indus River, and then it caught on. Otherwise, the country name is Bharat and the religion is Sanatana Dharma. Oh, wow. It's really interesting. We all don't know so much, I'm sure there's so much we could all learn from each other. Okay. I'm going to take some water. So you can see I didn't go too dramatic, but when you saw the eyeshadow palette first, you were probably thinking, whoa, what's going to happen? I have done various looks on this before. So there is other ones that you can check out on my longer form content. So this is it. I always set twice. So I'm going to set the base makeup. And I'm going to go in with the Revolution Matte Fix. But yes, if I could just wake up on a beach, like-minded people, nice breakfast, go out on a boat, and not even on a boat, just go to the beach, swim. Yeah, I know. But that's coming from somebody who lives in a country where, okay, maybe not 95%, 70% of the time it's cloudy and raining and freezing. Freezing. So, okay. Let me just put this back, these little things. So this is the matte version, guys. It's Revolution Matte Fix Oil Control Fixing Spray. And it has no flashback as well. So, okay. Rumpelstiltskin, yeah, Hindus changed into Hindus throughout the course of time. Okay. Are you Hindu? Okay. So I might bring that up a little bit, guys, just a little bit further. Now you could certainly bring one of those colors under the eye if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that tonight. Just going to check the settings on the comments because something is coming up here. Sorry guys, hang on. Hopefully everything is okay. Lofi, Rumpel, where are you from? From which city or state? Rumpelstiltskin, by the way, Greece is called Yunnan in Hindi. Wow. Amazing. I'm just going to take a drink. We're going to go in with our mascara. But then people probably hear me say I'd love to wake up on a beach. And if they live in a country like that, they're probably, seeing that every day. And maybe they don't like that every day. They want cooler weather. So I guess everybody each to their own, But for me, the beach, some nice weather, kind of a nice pace of life, maybe a slower pace of life is what I mean. Just gonna bring this up a little bit more. But work, guys, honestly, it's just draining me. And I suppose the kind of MRI and now them wanting to record everything is just slightly worrying. So big hugs with my mum when I see her, I think. Okay, tell me I have brought mascara. Okay, guys, yes. My newer light is coming, and it's actually pronounced newer. That's the company Neewer, and they are professional lights. So I got one on TikTok, and it's coming because this one I think just isn't doing it really. So that's coming apparently on the 10th. So I got a deal on TikTok. Okay, let me catch up. Tassos, so Cornwall is not sunny and tropical. They tried to sell it like that when the southwest was literally grey, like Birmingham. Cornwall, I've been there. Cornwall is lovely, but it depends what time of year you go. It's freezing a lot of the time. If we have a good summer in England, it'll be beautiful. But obviously, our weather isn't traditionally hot, so most of the time it can be absolutely freezing. And then if you're on the coast anyway, it's even colder. So I haven't found that, but yeah, it's beautiful to look at, but not really to experience the coldness of it, I guess. Um, Birmingham, yeah, is grey. Rumpelstiltskin, I'm Hindu. Tassos and the Turks call Greece Yunanistan. Rumpelstiltskin at Lofi, Bangalore, currently. Karnataka is my state, but as born up and brought in AP or some of the other places. At Tassos again, blame the Persians for that. They started the human name too, just like Hindus for us. Lofi, Rumpel, that means you have seen most of the culture and different living ways of living life. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Um, okay. All right. Where am I looking? I'm looking for that mirror. So I'm just going to use this little mirror, and I always look down with mascara just to get more control, basically. I'm just going to wipe all of this off my hands first. But yes, the thoughts of work tomorrow, guys. It's always that dreaded, you know, when it gets to the time when you need to get to bed and it's work the next day. It's always that dreaded thoughts, isn't it? What time do I have to be up at? How long will I be there? When can I go home? Oh gosh, yeah. Okay. Rumpelstiltskin at Lofi, you haven't heard the full story yet. After separating from family at 16, I moved around Belgium, Goa, Bombay, Gujarat, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. Wow, Rumpelstiltskin, it does sound like you've had a really interesting, obviously in a way where you felt you had to go a certain way. Um, I think I felt like that, even though it's not as big a travel as you. When I came to England, Ireland really wasn't the best place for me, and I went and then didn't plan to stay as long as I have, but now I have, and it's when I go back, I just don't feel like, even though I was born there, I don't really feel. I think I've mentioned that before, that I actually kind of, yes, I was born there, but I don't feel like it's the place I call home anymore, which is probably due to family, but also kind of when you go back, it just always seems different. But yes, that's just it. Lofi edits what? Yes, Rumpelstiltskin, you have definitely experienced a lot. Okay, so this is the Rimmel Scandalized Mascara. You do have this is 003 Extreme Black. The purple is waterproof, the blue is non-waterproof, so I would suggest the waterproof. Okay. Tassos, I feel you, Kira. Apart from makeup, what other things do you like to buy? Books. I'm really into books. I love learning about new countries. I like to buy, and this makes me sound really old, but like, I won't show the elephant again, but you saw the elephant before, it's right here. I like antique things. That makes me sound like retired already. Things like that. Like, I watch the Roadshow, which is like where there's a specialist there, and people bring in, like, say they found things in the attic or things that they were given through family or just things that they've had that they're not sure how much they're worth. And they go to this specialist and they it's like a whole show of like how much it's worth and if they sell it or buy it or that kind of thing. And there's specialists there. So that's quite a, I know, an unusual one, but I love reading. Obviously I wrote a book before, but that's what I've always loved reading when I was since I was little. Um, my mum used to call me Matilda because for the show Matilda, the film Matilda, she always read books. Sorry, my mum used to call me Matilda when I was little. I love kind of seeing museums. I love going. So me and Sophie sometimes go to the museum when there's a new exhibition on. I've tried painting. I'm okay at it, but I'm not, 100%. I think I'm better at writing, but I have tried painting. So I like the kind of creative side of things. Um, Rumpelstiltskin, there wasn't much of travel there, to be honest, mostly grinding work for survival, but still wouldn't change it. It was enriching. That's what I was when I came to the UK, and I know the UK isn't as enriching, probably culturally, as where you were, but you do just focus on survival mode for sure. At Rumpel, Lofi at Rumpel, then please suggest Kira the states from which she should start the journey of exploring India. Wow, me on my own exploring India. That would be a vlog here, wouldn't it? Books. Have you read A Quiver Full of Arrows by Jeffrey Archer? It's a beautiful collection of short stories. One story broke my heart. Christina Rosenthal. No, I haven't. I haven't actually. I must I must take a note of that. I haven't, no. Um I've got a lot of the Charlotte Bronte collection, which was some of it was my grandmother's and she gave me, which was an original edition, which I will never ever get rid of. Um, I read a lot of forensic books, forensic science. I'm very interested in how, as forensic science develops, I think I've said that over time, how like cold cases can be solved. I love kind of learning about things like that. Psychology. I'm really interested in the psychology of people's behavior, that kind of thing. I do like autobiographies, but it kind of depends, and books on cultural, countries that I want to learn more about their culture. So before I went to Portugal, I think I got 2 or 3 books that I read back the front, and some of it was obviously speaking their language as well, but a lot of it was where I was visiting and then the culture behind that. So I do like that kind of thing too. But I will keep that book in mind. Jeffrey Archer, Arrows. Okay, so we're just going to do this side. Um, at Lofi, oh yeah, I can help with that research. I did tell her about cheap world-class hospitals and alternative treatments here. Yes, but like, can you imagine me going over by myself and then having to explain, not having a consultant or anything? But I really appreciated that, Rumpelstiltskin, to know that that's available. The NHS over here, which is the National Health Service, um, is I mean, you can be waiting a while because it's a public health service. It's free, which means yes, you can get the treatment, but you don't know how long it's going to be until they get back to you. So then you're forced to kind of go private. So it can be one of those things. Tassos, do you know one of the most important Austrian psychologists? Right, Alice Miller. No, I don't. Lofi, you're right. Tassos, what is Elgin's Marbles? A guy was fighting with me about that online for no reason at all. Oh, what's that? Lofi, guys, I'll have to take leave now. Tomorrow is my college, so bye. Well, I'm actually nearly finished now. I'm coming to the end. So it was really good talking to you, Lofi. And I do hope college goes well tomorrow. And for the rest of the week, I'll be back on Sunday. But I'm literally coming to the end. It was great really chatting with you and take care. Sleep well. This is one of the eyeshadow, the mascaras, guys, that I will trust on the bottom lashes. I don't think I have the Fenty to hand, so I might try it on the bottom lashes just because it is more of a stronger. I'm going to be super, super light. What's that light? Ooh, okay. All right. That's okay. This one is tickling me now, so that's not good. I'm going to stop that because that's tickling me and it will probably just go everywhere, so that's not good. Rumpelstiltskin, you can ask them to transfer all your files and medical records to other hospitals. They are bound by law. Wow. Lofi, meet you on Sunday. Yes, Lofi, absolutely. Rumpelstiltskin, oh cool. Michael Walker, hi. I'm going to try this on the other side. I don't know why it's tickling. I think we might leave it because we don't want to ruin everything. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to kind of leave it at that. I can see the light, even though it's plugged in, is dying. So again, it's starting to look like it wasn't before. We are literally coming to the end anyway, so maybe that's its way of saying it's time for everybody to sleep. Lips wise, I'm going to catch up with the comments in one moment. I think I just have some lip gloss here. Again, photos will be up in the comment section, in the post section. Yes, I've got some lip gloss here. This is just the Revolutions Raspberry Lip Gloss. I'm going to catch up now, guys. Bye, Rumpelstiltskin. Take care. Tassos, the British Lord Elgin came to Greece and stole a bunch of ornaments. Is this the right word? Now they're in British museums, protected. Very better if they were in Acropolis Museum. Wow. I think they should be where they belong and not in Britain. I think they should be back in Greece. I think so anyway. Tassos, oh got it, thanks man. Catch you later, Tassos. That's from Rumpelstiltskin. Okay, I think my camera is telling me it's time to go. But guys, I really do love chatting to you. It's not always about the makeup when I come on. I love when people come on and ask about it because I'll always do that. Like a lot of time, the last time we had it from Melody, she wanted a lot of skincare advice, so we did that. But I do really love coming on and just chatting to you guys. I think I won it because I was feeling kind of emotional about it. That's why I was thinking, should I stop? But I don't think I will try to keep going. I think mental health, everything with the hospital, and then other things family wise, it doesn't kind of have an effect on your mental health, and particularly when you're working so much as well. But I do really appreciate you guys coming on. Rumpelstiltskin, Tassos, Ebony. If I'm forgetting your name, I'm sorry, but I know that Lofi, of course, Lofi. I know Kaya's studying tonight. I'm going back up in case I've missed somebody, guys. I'm sorry if I have. Doing a quick check, but thank you all so much for coming on. It does mean a lot to me, and the fact that I can actually talk to you guys about how I'm feeling and vice versa. Okay, I don't think, yes, Aiden, of course, is gone. But he always makes us laugh, doesn't he, guys? Michael, do you need money? No. What do you mean, Michael? I don't understand. Tassos, it was nice catching up with everyone. Kira, good night and take care. Good night, Tassos. Hope you sleep well as well. And take care. I'm on, what is it, Wednesday? I'll be back on Sunday at 8 o'clock UK time. I am thinking about if I should go on maybe more times during the week and see if that fits around everybody. Do you, Michael Walker, if you need a donation, let me know. Donation for the channel. What do you mean? I don't understand really. But Tassos, good night and take care. I'm not really sure what you mean. Money. What do you? I think I know. Some people have I think you have to get to a certain subscriber count. I don't think I'd ask people for that anyway. But if you're asking to donate to me, thank you. But I'm okay. But I think I've seen that before on certain channels. I understand that. Now, I'm waiting for the subscriber count, Michael, to get to 1,000. So I've got a lot more control over it then, but I would never ask for any money from anybody. But thank you for that. Bye Rumpelstiltskin, bye Tassos, bye Lofi. Michael, thank you for coming on and chatting. Everybody else, do take care. The photos will be in the post section, and I'll see you all on Sunday at 8 o'clock UK time.